Welcome back, and if it's your first time joining me, thank you so much for joining. It's nice to meet you. Today, I'm going to be taking a look at this Ultimate Adventure Survival Kit. This is probably the culmination of this crazy little journey I got myself on with survival kits that was going to be starting out with what I thought was going to be a joke, and which is that Harbor Freight one, which ended up being, I actually like it. In fact, my truck's parked right behind the camera, and that's the one that's been living in my truck because there's a reason behind it, and we're going to talk about why I think this one's great. By the way, I haven't actually, I took the plastic off this. I haven't gone into it yet, so just like my other videos, but I'll be going into it live here with you. But just so, what something like this tin-sized one is good for, is something exactly like that you leave it in the vehicle, or maybe you leave this in your pack. This one isn't as. This is probably lighter than that Harbor Freight one. Okay, and it's still in a metal tin, and we're going to get into why that's so good too. Um, this is one that I could see, and in fact I did have in my haversack carrying around when I hiked. Could easily see this doing that job just fine. Uh, this is a great, high quality product, and yes, it's probably about triple the price of the Harbor Freight one. This one, the Ultimate Adventure Survival Kit. This is from BestGlide ASE. This one is about $70, and this is the base version. There's two different versions. There's a base, and then there's an advanced or an ultimate. And the only difference is that the ultimate has an LED pocket light and a water filter straw, and it has a few less other things. And the reason I didn't get that is because for me, I always have a light on me, and we'll get into why I didn't think I needed the water filter straw. That might apply to you. If that's something you want, take a look at that one. So why don't I just stop yapping and we get into them, and we get into why I think these are great. All right, so let's go ahead and dig into what is in the Ultimate Adventurer Survival Kit. So from the outset, like I talked about, it comes in this nice tin that's metal. Excellent. We're going to get into why that's excellent in a minute, but it's got nice clips on the side. Now, what's interesting about this one is that this particular kit is actually sold to a lot of government agencies and militaries. So it's legit stuff. And from just opening it up, I can tell you right now that it's really nice. So just like if you watched my pocket survival kit from BestGlide, it has a basic survival tips, and this is, I think it looks like the same one. It's useful, potentially. All right, from the kit, wow. So this is nice. You got a nice little med kit, and you got a high quality med kit. Now, if you remember, of the survival kits that I've tested so far, the only one that had a comprehensive med kit was the one from Temu. And, it was Temu quality. So let's go ahead and take a look at what's in here, because I think that this is great. This is something that's very useful for me. Again, Medline, quality stuff that you would see at your doctor or hospital. So you got some gauze, sponges. You got a little bit of this. Oh shoot, I'm gonna blank on the name of this. I'm gonna add it down there, but a little bit of this. Oh yeah, moleskin. That's the name of it. You got some of the moleskin. And again, like the pocket survival kit, you got some actual Curad bandages. That's cool. Now check this out. This is great. You got some aspirin. It's got some antibiotic ointment. And this is out of Fort Myers, Florida. Again, a lot of this stuff, what drew me to BestGlide is they try to source a lot of this stuff out of the U.S., U.S. companies. And you got sting relief. That's really nice. But yeah, look, you got aspirin, you got non-aspirin, and you got ibuprofen. And this is a comprehensive mini boo-boo kit. Okay, this is great, excellent. Ooh. Got a bunch of these. It looks like we got 10 of the little fire cotton, the tinder fire starters. This is excellent, fantastic. Speaking of fire, look at that. Got a beeswax tea candle. This thing, outstanding. Very, very nice. Not just for, this is useful not just for fire starting, but in the event you have to make a a tiny shelter, let's say, or just to get yourself out of the elements, and you don't have room, and let's say it's raining, all you got is like a survival blanket or some sort of rudimentary shelter, this is excellent to be able to just warm yourself up with. Fantastic. This is actually 550 paracord. Very nice. Speaking of shelter building, excellent. You have your sewing kit, and a lot of times I've seen with other kits, people like to crap on the sewing kit, but you know what? If you are out, again, if you're in a survival situation, you tear your jacket, you're going to be glad you had this, and it's also useful, again, for wound care, for shelter building, etc., etc. But yeah, that's really nice. You got a little piece of tape on the end of these pins. Excellent. Very comprehensive for how small it is. Again, back to the fire, we have just some regular old matches. Nothing wrong with that. Snare wire. Or no, this is just like the copper wire. You could use this as snare wire, you could use this for shelter building, you could use this for clothing repair. Again, nice little addition. Ooh, look at this. Got a little mini roll of duct tape. Now that is nice. This is what I'm getting at, people. This is a comprehensive high-end kit that's worth the money. It's very well thought out. Speaking of, here you have a mini fishing kit with a desiccant packet. We have talked about, is it going to be, like, are you going to have enough of your head with you and be in an area where you can actually catch fish? I don't know, but this is so small that, and it's also comprehensive in that if you did have the ability to and you needed to eat something, this could catch you some, because I see some nice quality line, some monofilament line on a spool here, and then you got a grub already. It looks like Texas rigged already to a hook and a weight, and then you get a couple other what look to be high quality hooks. Again, excellent. This is an Esbit fire starter. Very nice, and it's again in a plastic bag, so if this gets dropped in water, you're not hosed. That's very nice. An Esbit tablet in a survival kit. I'm loving it. We got our Ranger saw, and like the pocket kit, this is a actual more quality one. Is it going to work a lot? Not really, but you could use it for some twigs or something. These are debatable on their utility. Haha. We got some Yuko stormproof matches. This is, now look, I'm just, you know, if you've watched my other videos, 3 is 2, 2 is 1, 1 is none. Yeah, we're getting in that category here with, we have, it looks like 10. I'll correct myself if I'm wrong, but it looks like there's 10 in there. It probably tells me on the front, doesn't it? 10 windproof and waterproof matches and 2 strikers. Excellent. We have, well, here, we got zip ties, and you know what? Zip ties can fix anything. It's like duct tape. You give me a roll of duct tape and zip ties, if you got a vehicle broke down, I'll fix it. Now this is a nice quality ferro rod and striker. Nice and heavy, and yeah, this one's good. This is a good one. Very nice. We got your Dermasafe knife, just like the pocket one. Again, better than nothing. It's basically, you know, a razor blade essentially. Better than nothing. Should probably, assuming that you have some sort of utility knife, or what's this over here? Don't know. We have, ooh, okay, an OD green survival blanket, so they get points right away for it being OD green. But this is a higher quality survival blanket. I can just tell you right now from feeling it, this is one of the nicer ones. And OD green could be nice in a situation where maybe not necessarily you want it to be found. However, it does lose the utility of, if you want to be found, you want to have as much visibility as possible. So, but this is a high quality survival blanket. That's a lot better quality than some of the other ones I've seen. Again, back to fire starting, you got a Fresnel lens. Excellent. We got a survival whistle, and this is This is an Acme, yeah, this is an Acme whistle from Acme Tornado, made out of England. So we're gonna do a whistle test. There we go. Wow. All right. Works good. Can you still hear me? All right, so we have water filtration tablets, or powder. And this has 10 water filtration powder packets, and each one of them, I believe, yeah, they'll filter 1 liter of water. Or I'm sorry, they won't filter. They're going to purify 1 liter of water. And filter, we're going to get down to, I can see right here. It's staring at me. We're going to get down to that in just a second. We have a piece of what looks to be maybe char cloth. I'm not sure. Here, I'm going to have to use my cheat. We're going to get back to that. Cheat sheets on the back. Here's what's cool. Speaking of filtering water, we have a cone style coffee filter. Excellente. So what you do is obviously you're going to put this over whatever you're putting your water into, and this is going to filter out those hard particles, that dirt, that grass, etc., and then allow you to put this in without being too terrible. Oh, Right in the Rain notebook. Wow, that's really cool. Like I might steal that, honestly, but I mean, it is mine, so I don't know what I'm saying, stealing it. But it's got a Right in the Rain notebook, and it's got a Shuttle Art #2 pencil. So if you're wanting to make notes, etc., maybe some navigation notes, there you go. Got a nice big piece of tinfoil. That's nice thick stuff, like the Reynolds wrap, not the best value. Great value, whatever it is. God, this thing's got a lot in it. This is going to be like, woo, this is a heavy signal mirror. I'm not going to take it out because I don't want to get it dirty, because I might actually have to use this kit. But this is a nice, look at that. Look how thick that mirror is. And that's a nice signal mirror that it's got the, I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's got a couple eye holes through it so that you can, you can be signaling while you're looking through it to make sure that what you're signaling at can see you. Back to our water purification. Here is a Whirlpack stand-up bag, a water bag. So again, here's multiple ways that this tin can be useful for is you could collect some water in there, put your coffee filter over here, which I don't know if that's in frame or not. I hope it is. Yep. Put your coffee filter over here. On top of this, put the water in initially, drop a tablet in, bam, you're good to go. Got a desiccant packet, keep everything dry. And then, I've been waiting for this one. This is a nice little multi-tool. I mean, it's not a Leatherman, but it is. I don't know who, this is probably a private label product for them, but nice little pliers. This feels very Leatherman-esque. Got a file, got two different, a screwdriver, got an awl, got a nice little blade. I just lost something just went flying. That's great. We got a nice little mini saw. Okay, that's okay. We got a Phillips screwdriver, and then we got a, I'm gonna rip open my finger, and we got multiple tools there. Look, that's a great little multi-tool. This, again, higher quality. I can tell you just by using it, this is higher quality than any of the other stuff. Well, as I was wrapping up here, was a little guy. He was hiding in there, and that's a nice little water-filled button compass, which, obviously if you're going to be trying to navigate or get out of somewhere, which if you've watched my other videos, you've seen that your best idea is just to sit down and wait for help. Having a nice little compass on you, that helps. This is a nice little quality compass, and I think these are those NATO approved ones. If not, I'll note it down below, but I can tell you right now that is spot on accurate. I'm looking at it, and it is spot on. So nice little addition. So let's bring this all around and talk about finally the container itself. So the container itself, you'll notice there is a silicone seal around the top here, so when it's closing, you're going to get that nice water resistant, watertight seal, hopefully. I mean, I don't know how waterproof it is, but that will help. This is very useful. This being a tin itself is useful in multiple ways. It's useful for cooking food, these kits are only 24 to 72 hours. You'll be fine for that amount of time without food. However, if you want to make it, this does a great job. What it's really useful for would be boiling water, because it is metal. Put this right on the fire. But this one is extreme. This is useful in that respect, in that you can be boiling your water and taking care of it. But again, on the bottom, this kit is designed to help sustain 1 to 3 persons for several days. Now let's go back to this piece of cloth here. Apparently this is designed to be a patch, so I could see that. Again, a situation where you need your coat to keep you warm, I could see that being useful. It's a cheap little addition, but it is a thick material. So wrapping it all up, excellent kit. This is worth the money. This will be living in my truck, and it will give me peace of mind knowing that if I got in a situation, I'd be able to survive it. Just going back to just the fact that the ways of starting a fire, you have your Esbit tab, you have a beeswax candle, and you have these fire tabs. You're set. And then you have matches. Fire is the most important thing. Matches and a Ferrorine striker, and then you got Yuko matches. You have three different ignition methods, 3 different fire starting methods, and even a fire method that'll keep you warm. A+. So let's wrap it up and get my thoughts on this thing as a whole. Now, to wrap everything up, this kit is excellent. This is, again, I've said it once already, I'll say it again. This Ultimate Adventure Survival Kit will be the kit that lives in my truck, and also be one that I grab if I went away from my truck for a reasonable distance. Just the stuff that's in here. Like I said, I keep going back to it. The quality of this stuff is what you're paying for, and the comprehensiveness. The only kit that was this comprehensive, ironically, was the one from Temu. That one was extremely comprehensive. However, it's also big, it's also heavy, and the quality of some of the stuff, you're not getting Medline gauze pads. Okay, you're just not. It's not happening. So, do I recommend this kit? Absolutely. This survival kit from BestGlide ASE is perfect for the person like me that's going to be going on an adventure, going to be going places where there's no services, there's nobody there to help if I get in trouble, and if there was, there's no way for me to get them. My only hope is that I'm going to be communicating and telling people where I'm going, so if something does happen, help will eventually come, and this will get me through the 24 to 72 hours that it would take for that to happen. So, highly recommended. This is the best kit that I've purchased. Ironically, again, it's $70. It's expensive. If you add the prices that I paid for the terrible Walmart Ozark Trail one, the Gordon kit, and the Temu one, it basically adds up to this, and then you get such a more high quality kit. So that's my review on it. And while you're here, if you would just take a minute to go down in the description, I've linked some local animal rescues, some animal shelters, or if you have one of your own, please do what you can to help them out. If you can donate your time, if you can donate even a little bit of money, I know that a lot of these, even $5 helps, especially these days. That helps a ton. Even better, if you're looking for a new friend, Eric, yep, my co-pilot Goose, who comes with me on a lot of these things. He's a rescue dog, so is his brother and sister. I just love my rescue animals. So please consider helping those out. While you're down there, I've linked some of my buddies down there that they produce some great content kind of along these lines, and it's kind of fun stuff. So visit them while you're at it. And if you would, please like, share, and subscribe. Definitely subscribe. I could really use the help there on getting to those milestones, and it'll help fuel and fund some of these adventures, because believe me, this isn't cheap. So, hope to see you in the next one, and thank you so much for joining me. Take care out there, and don't get into a survival situation. That's the best way to survive it. Outlaw Camper.